Well, I'm Dan Heath, and I'm sitting here with my dear friend, Ann Abernethy, who we've been friends for over 45 years. Our sons grew up together, were in class together, and ended up being roommates
Yes.
at OSU together.
And they were in a band together,
And,
too.
had a garage band. I can't remember the name of that, but just fond memories of you and your family and our growing up together. So what an honor it is for me.
Same for me.
So, and I've observed over 45 years your ministry to women here at Emmanuel. It's been incredible. Yeah,
Thank you.
You have reached out to ladies and have done Bible studies and all kinds of things. What drives you in this?
It's a good question. When I was young, I was reached out to at our church in Oklahoma City. A lady asked me to tell her how I knew the Lord and what He was in my life. I didn't have much of an answer, and so she led me to a deep relationship with Him and discipled me. That changed the trajectory of my life, and I saw the importance of gathering women together. She took me into her Bible study and seeing that God is real, that He's alive, that He's here to be a part of our lives, that after He saves us, and we can walk through life with Him. And that is what I want women to understand.
Well, I don't know of anyone who has more invested in the ladies at Emmanuel than you.
Well,
your mother-in-law, late Mary Ruth Abernethy, also had a great ministry with ladies. And I was telling you earlier that my wife and I really never attended Sunday school because we had responsibilities with service. But my wife made it a point to go to Mary Ruth's Sunday school class just because of what she invested in them, and it was just great.
Well, she made the Bible just become real life. It wasn't just a dry book. She was able to take that and let women see. I was in her studies early on also, that God was here. He had wonderful things for us if we would surrender to what He had.
I just see what you're doing with ladies, and somebody has to do that. Somebody has to step up.
Yes, and God has given me a heart for that. I mean, it is just, I just want to bring women into a relationship that's real with the living Lord. And that is something that a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
And we get it from the Word. So it's a discipleship, teaching, look into the Word that we have and see the character of who He is and that He wants to walk with us.
Yes. So what studies do you do? I think you do a Tuesday night Bible study.
It's a mentoring group. It's called Titus 2 because in Titus it says the older women are to teach or guide the younger women. And so we've got older women in there and younger women, and we have tables where the older women and the younger women sit together. And it's a discipleship group, but it's a very open group where people can talk and express their questions, and then the older women can share with them and they share with each other.
That's great.
It is the heartbeat of what I would like to see happen.
Absolutely great. And then Sunday morning,
I've got a beautiful group of women of all ages, and we're studying women in the Old Testament right now. So we're on Sarah, and they're taking turns presenting the women. Anyone that wanted to signed up. So I've got about 16 of the women that have taken a woman from a list that I've put out, and they're doing this study, and then they present. We're taking about 2 Sundays on each one. But it's a beautiful study to see who God was to these women in the Old Testament, and that we're a lot like them, and He's the same to us.
Well, I always have thought if it wasn't for the women, the church would not be doing much. Women have been a driving force in my life, my mother and my wife and others. Now, also, you in your Sunday school class, is that women of all ages?
All ages.
All ages.
Yeah, we've had 3 new women last week, of an older one and a couple of younger ones. So
what a
it's
blessing.
an open group.
Yeah, what a blessing for you to be able to continue.
It's a blessing to me. And it's just the heartbeat. I just
Yeah.
love it. I am a widow, and God has given me some time, and it's, I've lived a lot of years, and so I love being able to pour into these women.
That's great. So, Ann, we've talked a lot about what you do. What would motivate a woman to want to become a part of the women's study that you lead?
Well, Dan, there are a lot of things in our society. We're becoming more and more secular, and people are feeling that they need more than what's offered. And they're starting to see there's got to be more to life than this. So
Yes.
I've had women come into our groups. I'm also involved in a prayer ministry where we pray with people.
Mhm.
And I think that is so important. And so does our pastor. And I really appreciate that in his ministry. But we have people that will come in and they may have just gone through a divorce. They are having trouble with their children. They just want other women around them that can encourage them and support them and pray for them. And I've had a couple of women that have had a really fractured background, have had hard experiences in life, and they have come to find the grace of God and then the support of women that care about them. They need new friends. They need people that have a heart to minister to them and love them. And I've just seen miraculous changes
And
as people walk the walk. Sometimes it's not immediate. It's just, here we are. We're going to keep coming. And let's see what God can do.
but it's a safe place for these
It
ladies.
is a safe place, and it's a place of love.
Yes.
I've seen in the groups that I've been involved in how the women really reach out to each other.
Mhm.
And it's not just the teacher, it's the women.
So many times people feel like that they have to put on a certain air when they come to church or
Yeah.
to a Bible study, that they've got to measure up.
Right.
And obviously, with your ministry, people come in just like they are,
Yes.
and they're accepted.
That's the way Jesus wants us to come.
Yes.
He's the one that gets us cleaned up as we lean into him. But we come desperate. And the groups that I'm in are groups of broken women
Mm-hmm.
in many ways that have come together to keep their eyes on the Lord and ask him to walk with them and to heal them. And we've seen some beautiful things happen in marriages, in people's lives that have been maybe depressed and very, very lonely, coming into a group of people that love them, and God works.
I think more than any time in my life, I see people more desperate than ever,
Yes.
lonely.
Yes.
And even though they're surrounded by people, maybe in a marriage, but they're very lonely.
And that's really my heart, Dan. I don't think anybody that walks into our church should leave lonely. I mean, we are a family, and we want to embrace them and give them a reason to come back because there is love here.
Yes.
And so,
And acceptance.
yes. And you can come. I mean, a lot of people in my groups, they just come with their workout clothes. They're coming straight from that. Or I've got one gal that works on a farm with the cattle. She'll come in from that. We come in tennis shoes. We come in whatever we want because we're just coming. We're not trying to impress anybody.
Come just as you are.
I think there's a song about that.
There is. There is. It's a great song. So, well, anyway. Well, Ann, what a delight to visit with you. And again, our friendship with your family spans 45 years.
It does.
And we're just so grateful for you and how God is using you to mentor these women.
I am also very grateful for that. It is his work in my life that helps me. And I'm grateful for you, Dan, for all of our years that we've known each other.
Thank you.